The Juvenile Fillies turf is the third straight race on the card with a big field and a short run to the first of two turns. As with the other two, there will be swings of several lengths due to ground loss. Thakira moved forward in her second start to a figure that puts her in the mix here, and having made only 2 starts, could well move forward again. This one was not running on Lasix, so that's not an issue. And when Trainer Body runs horses here, he isn't coming for a vacation. Check out the trainer profile. Crescelium won a Grade 1 in England last time out, running about the same figure as Thakira did in her last. But we don't like this one nearly as much. She has bounced already, showing her second start set her back a little, and had to do a lot more work to get to her top. Clenore got better after coming to California, which could be due to stretching out, adding Lasix, development, or some combination of those factors. At this point, she's heavily raced for a 2-year-old, and we would not expect more short-term development, especially without Lasix. That leaves her a candidate for a check, but an unlikely winner. Dancing House has all the pedigree you could want. After moving forward in her second start, she paired up stretching out and trying grass for the first time. The good news is she hasn't been running on Lasix. This is a good pattern for a forward move, and many horses improve second-time turf. But she's not one of the faster horses in the race, and McLaughlin's horses were terrible last year. Granny MC's Kitten is another that steadily moved forward to a good one in her last, a figure borderline contentious here, that was concealed by a wide trip. Kitten Dumpling's kid sister is trained by Chad Brown, and he usually gets in the fire at Santa Anita. Kitten Caboodle won a weak stake last time out and saved ground doing it. She's slow relative to these. Mike and Conquistador made a splash winning a weak stake in Canada, then ran the same figure to win the Alcibiades. She got credit for overcoming a little trouble that day, but also saved ground and didn't even earn the best figure in the race. There's nothing wrong with her pattern, but she's just one of many contenders here, and she'll be bet like she's more than that. Ready to Act ran okay in her debut, then had the lead in the stretch in Canada before literally going over the fence. That race went in a 10, so she probably would have run a 9 or a 10 without the left turn, making her one of several borderline contenders. Sky Painter earned a big figure in her second start and did it without Lasix. This is one of the fastest fillies in the race, and she has a pedigree to make us think she's not a one-hit wonder. But with McLaughlin's record at last year's Breeders' Cup and at Santa Anita in general, it's tough to know if she'll fire. Street Sailing jumped way forward, trying both grass and distance for the first time. A repeat would make her a borderline contender, and a forward move is unlikely on only 3 weeks' rest. Testa Rossi showed enough in France early this year that Jim Cavello bought her and turned her over to Chad Brown. Whether it was a trainer change, Lasix, or added distance that made the difference, her effort in the Miss Grilla was a huge improvement. Grass horses do often pair up tops, round runners do fire in the Breeders' Cup, and she's strong on number power. But this filly is also coming off a 7-point top and will have to go without Lasix. This is a tough call. Vorda is a borderline contender on number power, but her pattern isn't really forward moving and she's iffy at the distance. Some really good fillies drew some really bad posts in this one, and over this layout, that's a real problem. Thakira and Granny Mac's Kitten did much better, with the latter becoming a very playable long shot. Ready to Act is a bit of a wild card. She has enough speed to get position, and it's hard to tell how good she is now.